Morning guys, welcome to the channel. And today, or this morning, I'm flying without my wing woman. Toon's nipped down to the temple. It's Buddha day today, so she was up at silly o'clock cooking while I was snoring my face off. Had my coffee, I come down, just dropped the generator off to the builder and his wife. Had a quick chat with them in my ever fluent Thai language skills. Toon's nephew's popped down as well. Not sure what he's going to be doing today, but if we can get a few hours work out of him, that's a bonus. What else? Brought a big water container down for them. It's going to be hot again. Bambi's left me. See, most Thai dogs, they walk ahead of you looking for snakes. Bambi not so much. Quite a nice morning. We had some more rain again last night. It's going to be red hot later, that's for sure. Here she is. Glad you could make it. So yeah, it's not very often I come down here and have a bit of me time. Not that I feel I need it, but it's nice just to have a walk round. Don't pee on camera, Bambi. So I thought I'd just have a little wander down to the little stock pond. I'm not going to go in there and check the fish, it's just to make sure that there's no one been walking around it. We've left it all overgrown, so if someone sort of jumped over the fence and was putting their standing hooks or anything like that in there, we'd be able to see where they've trod all the grass down, so it's just a quick check. All this salad's growing really well. It's going to take some eating, that is. So yesterday was quite nice after we'd had a full day on the farm, and then the heat of the day subsided. The builder's wife went and got some drinky poos. One led to two, led to three, and yeah, I'm not firing on all cylinders yet this morning, but we'll be all right. We just stayed down the farm until last knockings of light, and then went back for some dinner. Good. All overgrown. Perimeter check first. Everyone's looking good for their rice at the moment. I know a lot of people say, well, if you've seen one rice farm, you've seen them all, but I'm never boring to see it. I think it's beautiful. Coconut trees are going crazy. We've never ever had any coconuts off them. Toon's dad planted these trees, it must be about 10 years ago. And at the top there we've got some small ones. We don't know if they're going to grow to full size this year, but the next lot, I've only got my flip-flops and it's all wet in here, so I'm not going to go any further because I'll get bitten to death. But there's a good 12 or 15 or so that are almost full size on that one, and there's another one near the house which is going really well. I'm not going to go all the way down the end, it's a fair old trek. And Mrs. Toon doesn't like me wandering too far on my own. Fair shout really, I'm a bit of a disaster area. You know, you get those, some people, they're just like an accident waiting to happen, they almost smell of danger. That's me. There's lots of birds. Lech will be after them. Oh, one's got a fish in its mouth. How dare they? So, I don't know whether you can see, but just down here we've got like a little stream coming off the rice farm, and we only had about half an hour of rain last night, and it goes under a pipe under the road beneath me here and flows into the pond next door, and then they store this, and they've got an overflow over the far end that goes into the stream, and that's where we used to go night fishing the last time I was here, along there, catching all the snakehead and the catfish and crabs. So as the water drops, all the water's retained here, and then they use it on the rice farms, both sides. But hence this is why it's the perfect location, or we reckon it is, for our lake. So this is almost going to be, well, not slap bang in the lake, middle of the lake, but that's going to be an island in the lake, and we're probably going to go about that far, and then all the way over there. So it's not going to be a problem getting the thing filled up. The main problem we've got is digging it while there's no rain. So we've got to wait and wait for them to finish renting this bit, which is due next March, not renew their rent, and then dig away. But it's a race against time before the rains come, because you can imagine this is flowing like this now after half an hour rain. So as soon as the rain's here, you can absolutely forget it for another season until we get the dry season. So if we miss it, if the rain gods aren't with us, we're going to have to grow rice or something silly like that, which will be entertaining, of course. People seem to be behaving themselves now. Now we're down here a lot more, no one's trying to steal the land. Before, people were putting, well, a certain individual was putting his tractor in our land, trying to steal a little bit by a little bit. So a few choice words from Toon, and I wouldn't say there are any hugs given out, but we seem to have come to an understanding. Don't fucking try and steal our land. Diplomatic as ever, my missus. Unfortunately, some people only respond to that sort of jargon and threats of police and the mayor and that sort of thing. It's a shame, but whatever. Bloke's got a history of a bit of a track record of trying to steal people's land, so we were pre-warned about him. Oh, it's a frog jumping in. Very tranquil. You can't see from here, but this is almost crystal clear. And we had half an hour of rain last night, so you'd expect it to be coloured up a little bit. But that is proper jungle pond, that is. Lots of bubbles coming up, that's normally the catfish feeding on the bottom. But the water level is right. If I just pan down, well, that's down, Lee, not up. We've got about another 12 inches, and that water would be over the side. But it's we don't want any more really heavy rainfall. But it's great for the fish. They're in all the weeds and the grass they're eating. They're putting big weight on now. Loads of natural food. We don't feed these at all, and yet the growth rates are far quicker than what we've got in our ponds at the back of the house. Saw a nice one come up out there. It's got everything in here, absolutely everything. Well, that's a lie. We haven't got our red tails in there, or arapaima, or anything like that. Not the big expensive stuff. But looking good. No one's been in there. All is well with the world with Lee if no one touches his fish. Mind you, I have to say, I don't want to create a wrong impression about living rural life in Thailand and getting everything stolen. Yeah, we had a lot of problems initially, but mainly because we were hardly ever here. Now at least, almost every day, there's me and Toon down here, the builder, his wife. Sometimes they've got some helpers, and then Lex turns up in the middle of the night and he's catching rats and birds and fish and stuff off the farm. So there's not too many hours pass without someone being here. None of the tools or materials have been stolen, so the fish haven't been stolen, the bamboo doesn't get stolen anymore. People still take the honey if they can find it. I can live with that. It's mainly people just driving over the trees on the side of your property. We're trying to create a boundary, but I think people are just concerned that you're going to grow trees that come right into the middle of the road, so they start going over them. So we're going to have to put something a little bit more robust when we come here. So if they do put their motor in the side, it's going to get scratched with barbed wire or something like that. But all good. Nice and cool at the minute. No Betty's. My favourite tree. It's eucalyptus again. Toon's dad put it in. No, he didn't actually. I think this was always... Obviously it wasn't always here, but since the land's been in the family, it's always been here. Someone's tried to pimp it. Don't do that to my favourite tree. These are all going to grow big down here. That's the different ones. Eucalyptus catching up now. We've had so much rain, they seem to be a little bit green, the weeds again. Never mind. Lex come down, he's going to spray some of the weedy areas that we can't get the Honda in. Well, we can, but we're getting through knives like, I don't know what, a new knife every single day, sometimes two. So the real up and down stuff, decided to spray. But it won't be me or Toon doing it. One, I'm too old and knackered and unfit, and two, I keep spraying myself into a poisonous cloud. You'll see Lex doing it over there. He hasn't even got any trousers on. Over. So someone ran over this one here, which is nice. So Toon tried to rescue that yesterday. Just people not being careful or don't care, or a mixture. I know it all looks weedy to you guys, but that's all you need to clear as far as your eucalyptus goes. As soon as you do that, they respond really quickly. Thing is that it got so overgrown when I was back in the UK for 2 months, because Toon's hay fever is so severe. As soon as the weeds get up and the rains come, the hay fever off the grass, it just knocks her for 6. So she has a shot every, well, I know it's supposed to be every year, but she has a shot every 6 months or so when it's really bad. She takes antihistamines, nose sprays, eye drops, the whole lot. A lot of the days she can't even breathe through her nose. So now it seems that a lot of the pollen has subsided now. She's not too bad. Some days she'll be bad, but generally speaking, the meds keep on top of it. I wouldn't class this as exercise, but nice just to get out and stretch the legs without anything heavy strapped to your back. Bambi likes having a wander around as well. So a bit about the channel. I have tried to pop it into the description and tag it in a comment and pin it to the top of each video, but I know a lot of people don't bother reading that stuff, and I'm not having a dig, it's just that some people just like to press the play button and then that's it. Again, our internet is a nightmare, so I've just uploaded a video last night. I started at what, 5 o'clock. I went for a pee at 3 o'clock in the morning and it had just finished. Yeah, and that's for a, I don't know, 20-minute video, highly compressed. So I was hoping to have that published last night, but I've got to go back and optimise it this afternoon, and then I'll publish it. So we're looking at 2 videos a week, which I know is pretty piss poor, but it's twofold really, or threefold, or fourfold. I don't know. It's having time to record the stuff. I know Uncle Marky just says just strap it to your Swede, strap the camera to your Swede, and then just carry on as you're normally working and record, you know, edit all the stuff out that you don't want. That's okay, but the recording is probably the easy bit. It's the editing and then the processing and then uploading. It's just not happening, and we just haven't got the time to record a shed load of footage like last time. So the last time I was here, we were recording about 3 different stories a day. So a bit of fishing, a bit of farm work, and then, you know, either a party or something like that. We'll go out for lunch. So recording them 3 a day and then posting every 2 days for 2 months in the UK was fine, but no, it's not happening. I'm absolutely ragged, so's Toon. And I don't know why, but it does take a lot out of you. Well, it does us anyway. So our last video was the fishing video, the car park swim. Don't get me wrong, we had a great time doing it and editing it before we uploaded, but for a couple of days, after that you don't realise that you've made quite a bit of an effort doing that. And if you notice, once we do what we think is a hilarious full throttle video like the cliff jumping, and they are cliffs, Stevie, I don't care what you say. You know, for a few videos after that, we have like what I would say is not a somber one, but you know, a bit more down to earth. This is nice. That's wet. A bit more sedate, if you like, video. But I still like doing them. Just like this. It might bore the tits off a lot of people, but when me and Toon come... What is that? That hasn't gone well for him, has it? Sometimes you'd be surprised when you just press record and walk around what bollocks comes out of your mouth, but sometimes it's you get some stuff that you didn't realise you said, and then when it's another one as well. Losing a lot of good crabs here. People have been cutting the rice, so crabs are on the move. Where was I? Yeah, sometimes you don't realise what comes out, and then when you look back on your video at night time, you think, wow. And that's slippy fucking flip-flops. Look at that now. That is not a super dry one, is it? So if you're coming to visit us, don't bother bringing your posh clothes. Well, you can do for the bar and restaurant, but you'll only get the piss taken out of you. Let's head back, because I'm only halfway down the bloody land and that. To show you. So Bambi's not at the end yet. About double that distance, and that's at the end. It takes some beating, unless you like living in the city, and then you win hands down. Oh, I'd just like to thank everyone for their input and comments to the car park swim video. I did say to Toon when I was editing it, and then we always look back at it before I upload it. I did say I reckoned it was one of the funniest ones we've ever done, if not the funniest. But Toon said it's her third. Her first is still the inner tubes on the river in Gongatyai with my mum and Pioi. That is hilarious. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It is quite an old one, so it's in one of the early playlists. So I've put about, I don't know, 8 or 9 old playlists on the channel. But obviously it's still available as a standalone video as well. You just need to go back. If you hit on the options, date added, go by oldest first, it'll be about the 5th or so. But that's a right old laugh, that is. Yeah, it's a good day. One of our favourite places. So I've took my mum there before. We've took my son Cameron there before. It's just it's a really nice place to go as well. So there's a bit of info on there if you're ever in the area. I know Mick in Thailand, he's in Camp Hang Pet as well. I don't think he's been there yet, but it's a good one, and it's one of the places that we envisage if someone comes for a week or so and starts to get cabin fever, just catching massive fish every day and getting pissed in the bar. Then we could do a day trip for you or something like that. We either take you wild fishing or wild swimming, or take you to somewhere like that, or there's a couple of really cool national parks with the waterfalls. There's also a historical site as well, so we don't mind sorting that out for you. We just need to know a little bit in advance and organise someone to come and look after the farm for us. Otherwise we'd come back in the evening and there'd be no fish left in the lake. Maybe. That's it. I've probably walked around about 50% of the perimeter, the boundary. Nice. Very nice. Haven't had any breakfast yet. A little bit dizzy now, more dizzy than normal. So today, I think I mentioned yesterday, we're getting the final delivery of the materials. So there'll be some more blocks, some sand, cement, all the flooring's done, so we don't need any more stone. There's some more metal ordered because we didn't design the roof of the house to come out far enough past the outside of the balcony. So we're just concerned when we get some heavy wind and rain, it's going to come against the front of the property. So we're going to extend out an extra 3 or 4 feet. So that was an unexpected bugger. But hey ho, as Gary says, shit happens. We'll get there. So they're doing the block today. I think tomorrow, when the block work's finished, they're going to do the rendering, do that out of the way. And he's going to extend the roof on the farmhouse, and then it will be roofing on the 3 outbuildings. And that's it. The bulk of the expensive stuff is done. I think the biggest expense after that will be the front doors for the house. Then about 5,000 miles of tiling. Don't think we're going to be tiling the floors of the bathroom. I said to Too, I said let's leave it quite grippy. I know you can get grippy tiles, but when you're pissed and got wet feet and stuff like that, I don't want someone smacking themselves on the side of the head and knocking themselves out when they're half naked, and then I've got to give them first aid when they're here. That's not happening. That is outside of my remit. So I think we'll just have a textured concrete or floor or something in there. Probably the same at the moment for the bar and restaurant. Certainly the same for the outbuildings here. Bambi on security, if you can see her. Pretty easy life, that dog. That'll do. Enough blah-de-blah. 26 minutes. One take though. One take. Right. Catch you later, guys.